heard that Europe is trying to do that with phones. They're trying to make it that they are allowed to go through your texts and calls whenever something bad happens.
Hey guys, this is Elijah Vargas from the Goals Full podcast. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Khushiv Thakkar. I'm a Bartlett alumni, class of 2022. I love basketball, boxing, juice rolled, gym. Literally, I vlog on YouTube, so check out my YouTube channel. It's literally my name, Khushiv Thakkar. Yeah.
He's a jack of all trades, huh?
I guess.
That's awesome. So, with all of these things, what have you been focusing on since you graduated? Because I know that a lot of people, once they graduate, they get like all of this free time and all this shit. So,
I'll be honest, it's mostly the gym. The gym, trying to get like good grades in school. Nothing really much. Just trying to get the money up, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. So you just really want to build that like stability for later.
Yeah.
And set up everything in the right way for your future, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean? So how has your life changed? Because I know I'm going into college and all that. How has your life changed since high school?
I'll be honest, not a little bit. Like obviously in college you get a lot of free time. You don't really you can always plan your stuff out for yourself. You don't have a schedule or anything. Like obviously you have a schedule, you have to go to class on this time. But classes, you can either have them so drifted out or you can all get them done in the morning and then you get all this free time in the afternoon. And that's like usually what I try to do. DePaul's a little different, you know, they got classes all over the place. So I gotta just try to get as much classes and as much free time as I can. But yeah, you can really like manage your time as long as you're smart with it.
So you're going to DePaul. Is there a lot of your friends from high school going there, or did you have to make a ton of new friends?
I had one friend go there.
Okay.
And well, actually no, there are a few people that go there that I know, but mostly like I barely knew them. Now that I know them a little bit more now because I went to DePaul. But I mostly made a few new friends. You know, not too many. I'm more of I'm more to myself a lot. So
I feel that.
it's a little, you know, it's a way to, I guess like when I first started college, I had to like put myself in a thought like, yo, you have to put yourself out there. You can't just stay together. Like you can't just think of stuff for yourself, you know. You can't be by yourself all the time. You gotta make friends and stuff. So yeah,
honestly, I feel that though, because I think I'm the similar way where I don't really go out that much with other people, but then again, people see me all the time, all over social media promoting my shit, my podcast and all that, and like lifting and shit. So
yeah,
I'd say I'm kind of similar because I keep to myself a lot.
Yeah.
So I want to go through your background so people get that credibility for later. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So how long have you lived in Bartlett?
All my life. I moved here when I was 1 from Mount Prospect, but I've been living here all my life. You know, B-Town B.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
So I actually work in Elk Grove for a school district that covers Mount Prospect. So I kind of know that area pretty well. So what is like one of your favorite childhood memories? I don't know if it relates to elementary school or like your friend group or stuff like that.
See, man, there's a lot of memories.
Yeah,
that's the thing, because
I get that.
Obviously, like when you're in elementary school, there's everyone's your friend. No one's really you got some people just being like complete assholes, but you know, it's elementary school. Nobody knows shit. Nobody has that everyone's friends with everyone. So I don't know. I'd say maybe summers were always like my favorite. You know, my family and I would always especially around 4th of July, we'd always start up a grill and all that. You know, we'd all walk from my house all the way to around Jewel and all that, and watch the fireworks, go to Bartlett Fest and all that fun stuff. So I guess that around the summer, that's usually my fun, the most fun times of my childhood, especially since I love that motorcycle ride. That shit going around in circles was my childhood right there. I'd always want to go that and bumper cars. You cannot beat bumper cars. Shit's fun as hell.
Where would you go to do bumper cars?
I don't know. Obviously, in school. hell am I saying? Well, obviously in 4th of July, they had like the bumper car rides calling over, so I'd always go on that. Whenever I go to Six Flags, they also have bumper cars, which are pretty nice. Other than that, it's fun.
Yeah, I think, dude, I don't think I've I don't think I've done bumper cars in such a long time. So I find it interesting you say that.
I mean, I personally haven't done it in so long.
Yeah.
The last time I done it was like, what, 8th grade? I'm a sophomore in college now. It's
yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. But like you remember how fun it was.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think I went when I went to like Santa's Village. You know that?
Bro, Santa's Village, man. Shit was fun as hell.
Yeah. Dude, I haven't been there in so long. The amusement park, bro.
Bro.
They call it the amusement park now.
Yeah.
That place is crazy. My favorite ride was like that swing one. It's like a Viking ship, I think. And it just like swings up and down, because it goes so high. Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
The other like spinning rides I can't really do. I get so dizzy. It makes me sick.
I always went on this one, like this like plane one that just went around in circles. You can go up and down by like controlling this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was always one of my favorites whenever I went to Santa's Village. Yeah.
So like looking back at your childhood, do you miss it? Do you miss like certain things?
Some things, obviously, obviously you're older now, so you have more like expectations, more stuff to do. You have more responsibilities. Back then, you got nothing to do. You just sit around, play games, play freaking Minecraft on PS3, Xbox, whatever. This is not much really to do back then. It's all just stay at home, have fun, do nothing else.
It's so weird, dude. I feel like most of our childhood was waiting for us to be adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now it's like, damn, I miss my childhood.
Exactly.
It's too much shit to go and do now.
It's like it feels like a waiting room. But like the funnest waiting room ever.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So how have you seen your interests as a kid? How have you seen those evolve to where you are now?
Obviously, I wish I played basketball back in the day, especially in Park District. I never got to. My parents would always be like, "No, you'll get hurt, this and that." And I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So let me play basketball. I also wanted to do karate. Never got to do that. So now I like to play basketball sometimes with my friends. I haven't played in a while actually, since everyone's gone to college and all that. They haven't really had time to, let's go play basketball. Nobody's had time to do that. I'd say now I just picked up on boxing. I love boxing. I've been doing that. I've been punching the bag for like 2-3 years now.
Yeah. I love that. So who's your inspiration in boxing?
Inspiration. Honestly, I love Canelo. I love Canelo. I love Shakur Stevenson. I look back at like a lot of fights for them. Especially recently when I saw Ryan Garcia versus Tank. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I knew Tank was gonna win. I knew it. It was kind of obvious. But I also was like kind of rooting for Ryan. I was like, yeah, this guy's so like he's still a new guy. Like.
You always gotta root for the rookie. Almost.
Yeah. And he was a major underdog, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna root for Ryan, but I know Tank's gonna win, and that's exactly what happened. Ryan don't keep his right hand up ever. I hope he does. Next fight, I hope he does, but gotta keep your hands up, man.
Yeah, I think, dude, I wish I could get more into boxing. So I was watching a lot of them. It's like the Jake Paul fights. What do you think about those? Do you think those are real or is it all staged?
Jake Paul fights. So, again, MMA fighters and boxing is a lot different. It's not super different. There's a lot of like, the fundamentals are all like very similar, but you're going against a guy that can, like, let's say, Tyron Woodley. The guy was an absolute legend. There's a huge difference between like tackling and grappling on someone and actually punching them with good form. You can't use your legs, you can't kick, you can only use your hands and body. That's it. You can't really do much. So I'd say it is real. I wish it was. If it was fake, I'm a huge KSI fan, so
yeah.
I'm a huge Sidemen KSI fan. So whenever I saw that, I was like, nah, this guy, no way he knocked him out like that. But nah, that's definitely real, definitely real. And now he's fighting Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the most dumbass fight I've ever seen.
So do you want to see him go against KSI then?
Oh, for sure. And KSI's gonna fucking lose. Here's why: because the guy has no idea how to fucking box. But I'm a KSI fan, so I'm gonna still support the guy, even though I know Jake might win. So
yeah, that's what I think everybody wants to see that fight. Actually,
it's one of the biggest mega fights you can make right now. Now, after like Jake losing to Tommy Fury, it's like you kind of screwed yourself. Like that means you definitely can't fight a good boxer. And Tommy Fury is not that good of a boxer. So if you were saying you want to beat Canelo in the future, start doing something about your shitty ass form. All you did was overhand rights on Tommy Fury. Didn't really do much. So yeah, it's especially with this Nate fight coming up. That's the most dumbass shit you could do. Go back to a retired MMA fighter, and you're gonna sleep him in 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and it's a 10-round match. What?
Yeah, and I don't know, their matches felt like so slow. Like he kept backing up, putting 1 punch in, maybe 2, and then backing up.
Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy and Jake. So I watch a lot of like Mike Tyson clips because I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, his style is always just running up to them, like weaving, like ducking, and then coming up with like inside hook, right?
Yep, that peekaboo style. Right
the peekaboo style is fucking amazing. I love watching it. I'm trying to like emulate it into like
it's
how I fight, but
yeah, it's a little hard. I tried to do it. I'm still trying to get used to southpaw. I'm more of an orthodox fighter, so yeah, I feel like peekaboo's like it's like obviously peekaboo. I think it might be better with like people that are taller, because then when they're coming, you can literally slip out of the way if they're trying to jab. It's easier to slip out of the way and get in there.
Yeah, that's interesting. So at the college I'm going to, it's called Creighton. I heard from my roommate that there's gonna be a MMA club that they watch like UFC every weekend or something. So, dude, I'm looking forward to that. Because I think he's somewhat into fighting. I'm not sure. I hope he's watching this. I really do. But
DePaul has a boxing club.
That's dope.
I did one session with them. It was nice. The instructor is an actual boxer. Like he's a pro in amateurs, and he was really good. And I'm self-taught. I don't have a coach. I don't have anything. I have my YouTube, and that is it. And from that, he's like, dude, you have some crazy form that I have not seen someone self-taught that. So I was like, you know what? That's great.
That's reassuring.
No, I've had, even at the gym, like, I box at my gym and, like, just at least hitting the bag. And this one old coach, he's like, yeah, I used to coach. He showed me his, like, resume and all that. And he was like, you have a really good right hook. And I just start working on the left hook, and because of him, my left hook just got a lot better. Like he showed me how to properly punch, made it so much better.
That's really cool, dude.
Yeah.
I was in that like TikTok boxing. I was into like putting some videos up on TikTok of me boxing, and bro, they're vicious, dude.
Yeah,
like the comments are vicious.
Yep. I posted like a 3-year difference. Now, honestly, I'll be honest, that was a shitty shitty way to show that my 3 years difference. I wasn't wearing proper gloves. I was just wearing wraps. If I was wearing gloves, it's a different story. I'm hitting with bare knuckle, and I've done it for so long that my knuckles don't hurt when I punch something anymore. But I got literally like destroyed in the comments.
Yeah,
they were like, "Bro thinks he's freaking Ryan Garcia." Like what? I'm not even punching like him. I'm not doing anything close to him. I'm not that quick, bro. The fuck?
Yeah. So what I found is like the key to get good comments is you gotta like in the video so I would put text at like the top of the videos, any advice or shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you get rid of that and it's just you boxing, they're just
gonna flame you.
Yeah.
They're gonna flame you and literally like batter you with some stupid ass shit.
Exactly. And then once you ask for advice, everybody has something. Everybody has something nice to say. Oh, you're still working on it. Oh, you got it. But like,
there's always those like few people that are like, oh yeah, you know, you got this shit. Like I say fix this thing, but like overall it's pretty good.
I really appreciate shit like that though.
I appreciate it, but I'm like in my mind like, you know, it's kind of them just like sweet talking you, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take some of the bullshit from people.
Yeah. I don't think I've posted a boxing video in a long time.
Dude, yeah, I've seen it. You haven't in a while.
I haven't posted any lifting videos either. Because most of them are like, dude, you don't know how to flex. You don't know how to do all that shit. But
I don't know how to flex. I still do it. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care. See, as someone who does YouTube, I learned do not give a shit about what people say. Just keep doing your own thing. And I'd say that's like what I use throughout my life. Stop giving a shit about what people say. And the thing is, I used to give a shit about a lot of things people used to say. I used to care about everything and anything anyone would say about me. And now more that I'm in college, more I'm learning, like, bro, throw little children, like, who cares? Just leave it.
Yeah. So aside from boxing and aside from, was it like vlogging, right?
Yeah.
So what else have you been into?
Well, I said basketball.
Oh, basketball too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a huge Bulls fan.
You're a huge Bulls fan?
Except, yeah, I don't think they're going to do good for a while. Not going to lie. They ain't doing no good for a while.
I can appreciate the loyalty to the team, though.
Nah, I grew up watching D-Rose, so, you know, D-Rose is still and always will be one of my favorite players. Bro was explosive, he was quick, you know, nobody can forget the prime D-Rose, bro.
He was crazy, yeah. I remember playing 2K with him and him just being like, especially like when you play as the prime D-Rose.
Yeah.
Dude, he was lights out from anywhere.
And now we got D-Rose on, he's with Morant now. He's with, what, the Grizzlies? Yeah, the Grizzlies. They're gonna get Guns N' Roses right now. Yeah,
that's crazy.
The people that know basketball know what I'm saying with Guns N' Roses.
I love that. That's so
They're
funny.
gonna understand what Guns N' Roses means.
Guns N' Roses. I haven't paid any attention with like.
See, I don't watch games much anymore.
Yeah.
I mostly just watch whatever I see on Instagram, like highlights and stuff. So I watch that. Other than that, I'm like, if I'm watching it in person, it's fine. But I wouldn't like unless it's like a huge game, like what? What's a big game?
Like a finals or a
yeah. If it was like a finals game, or now since they added like this new tournament idea, like I'll watch that. I'm really interested in it. See how it goes, but. You know, I think that I feel like that tournament idea is like pretty good. So watching that will be interesting. So I'll probably watch like one or two fights, not fights. As you can tell, I think about boxing a lot. So now all I have is fight mind. But no, I think there will be some pretty good games in there.
Of course, yeah. So with all these interests and hobbies, do you think it's good to have to be very spread out? Or do you think it's good to have one or two that you can really focus on?
I don't know. It's actually a good question right there. Personally, I think having as many hobbies is great. You have more things to do. If you're just doing few 2 or 3 things, it's like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm gonna get bored of this, so I'm gonna do this. I get bored of this, do this. I don't feel like doing any of those 3, so I got other things. So. Personally, I got music, I got singing, playing the keyboard, I got boxing, basketball, I drive around, I go to car meets, I got all these different things that I like to do. I love video and making highlights and stuff for car videos and all that, so it's got my YouTube channel. Again, I have to keep plugging it. Check it out, please.
So what you're saying is you're versatile. You don't really getting bored or failing in one won't affect the many. You can put plenty of things in plenty of baskets. That's what you mean. So yeah, I can appreciate that. I think I'd say I'm kind of similar, but the problem is so I do a boxing, lifting, podcast, a few other things, but I don't really think. So I think I've mentioned this in my podcast before, where I was just trying to try as many things as I possibly could, and I saw an ad for acting, and I applied immediately, Because it was like, you could be in a Netflix show. I'm like, bro,
Hey,
count me in. And it was it's for a website called 99. And so I had applied for like a Zoom meeting, and so for like, I think it was towards the end of the week, I went onto the Zoom meeting, and you know, it sounds very reasonable. And then towards the end, they're like, okay, you gotta sign up here, and they sent a link, and I opened the link, right, and like the first thing it says is you have to pay like $100 startup fee, and then it's gonna be like a $45 payment every month after that. And I was like,
But that's a scam.
It's not. Yeah, I was like, that's a scam.
That's a scam.
And then I sent the link to my dad, and I was like, can you just like take a look at this? Can you see, like, do a little research? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme, bro. Like, get out of there. It's like, see, that's my problem, is I'm too open to trying too many things. And
yeah,
because I think, like, if I try something and I find out that I'm good at it, that could be what changes everything. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, obviously. You know, that's how I was with boxing. I kind of just tried it. I only got into boxing mostly because of watching the KSI and Logan 1, I think. Yeah, because I was a huge actually back then I was a Logan fan, and then I started watching KSI and I'm like, yeah, fuck Logan. Except now they got Prime, which is, I'd still drink water.
Yeah.
Don't drink Prime Hydration. And now they're trying to get rid of Prime Energy, which I don't mind. Like, I feel like on that thing, the energy drink issue that they got going on, it's like, yeah, you realize that there's companies like Rise and Bang and all these other companies that have almost 300 milligrams of caffeine, and you're worried about Prime, which has 200 milligrams.
It's crazy. Dude, and the flavors are like, what's that rocket flavor? That rocket pop flavor?
Ice Pop?
Yeah, that's like red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, why'd they choose that as a flavor? I thought it was interesting.
I like it.
I don't know. I've never tried it, so I'm not gonna say.
I like it. It's pretty good.
I don't have enough to say about it too.
I drink Prime Energy sometimes. I mostly try to just stick with my water. If I really want, I cut out all soda. I cut out soda. I don't drink. I don't do anything. So, you know, I just mostly try to drink water, or I try to drink like stuff like ice. You know, that sparkling water with flavor in it. Or
yeah. That stuff is good.
Yeah.
I feel that. I don't even own soda. I don't like. When I'm at home, all I drink is water. I only drink soda when I'm out.
I don't see, even then,
like once or twice a week.
So when I was in college, drinking soda was like almost every other day, because they had the machines to do that, and I also had Flexbucks, which means I get like an account of money that's like just fake, kind of fake money, and I just spent a shit ton of money on like stuff like Pepsi and stuff, and I'm like, at one point I was gaining a lot of weight because of it, and I realized it, and I cut it out, and it started fixing itself, honestly.
And that's a
lot better.
That's a good realization to have, I think, and it like turns you around to be more healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I want to go into college having already made that decision to be healthy.
Yeah. I mean, see, I definitely did. I was at a really good weight for college, and when I started college, I promised myself not to hit freshman 15. That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of, dude. That's like.
And the thing is, you can't. It's either you literally go, like, I know you run. I know you go on your runs. It's just, as long as you keep that, like, that same thing, like, going, I think you should be fine. But the moment you start feeling way too comfortable in your room, and like, if you sit around, like, just like eating shit and not giving a fuck, which is a lot of what people do in college, yeah, that's when it ends to freshman 15, which is what happened to me.
Shit, bro. Okay, we'll see though. Like, if I'm 15 pounds, if I'm up 15 pounds after freshman year, I'm gonna text you, bro.
Alright.
Give me my wake up call, bro. Give me my wake up call. So when did you start lifting, and what got you into lifting? Was it your friends, or was it like an outside influence?
I started lifting around 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. It was on and off. I kind of just got a membership because my mom wanted to go to the gym, start going to the gym, and I got a membership. Back then, I didn't know shit about lifting. All I would do is go on the treadmill for like 30 minutes and then just take dumbbells and do dumbbell curls. That's it. Nothing else. Then I stopped working out, and then 2020 hit, COVID hit.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about that. Yeah.
And then during COVID, me, my friend Dev, and my friend Krish would always go to one of our friends' house, and we just start working out at his house. And I knew a little bit about working out, and I've always had really good form when working out. So they're like always like, damn, this guy got some good ass form, like to barely know how to work out. I'm like, so yeah, I started working out that time, and then my friend didn't want to like constantly have people over. Obviously, COVID, you can't really like, everyone was trying to social distance and all that. And I got a membership at Planet. First off, me and my friends would go, me, my friend Dev, and Krish. And slowly it was just me. And that's kind of how it is now, but like I don't talk to those friends much now. I see them now and then, and I talk to them, just say what's up, how's it going, how's life. But you know, I started off because they got me more into working out and properly working out. You know, having a proper what do you call it? Proper days. Like, oh, you do push pull legs, you do chest and tries this day, back and bis this day, legs and whatever else on this day. And so because of them, I got more into lifting, and now currently I just can't stop lifting. I can't stop going to the gym. I'm bored, I go to the gym. I'm sad, go to the gym. I'm happy, go to the gym. I'm always at the gym. I made the gym my second home at this point. Other than my house. But yeah, it's I love going to the gym at this point. It's amazing.
That's good to have. It's like an outlet. And also, I can appreciate that level of discipline to where you go there despite how you feel. I think a lot of people...
Yeah, that's one thing I'd say is like, a lot of people don't... There's a lot of people I know that they want to work out, they want to be committed, but they got all this other shit in the way. What I say to that, fuck all that other shit. Just go to the fucking gym, even if it's for 40 minutes, even if it's for 30 minutes, go lift, go walk on the treadmill, do something. Don't just sit there. You're sad, go to the gym. You're happy, go to the gym. You're mad, go to the gym. Anything. Just at least spend a certain amount of time at the gym, even if it's like every day. Just try it. You will be so much better. Physically, you'll start seeing major difference in about 2 or 3 weeks. You know, you'll start feeling a lot better about yourself. So that's a big thing right there.
Just like take a picture of yourself before you started, and take a picture of yourself like 2 or 3 months after, and you'll immediately
see a difference.
Exactly. More people need to realize that, and it has like profound benefits to you in your life. Like,
yep.
But the other thing is you also have to eat well. So you can't just lift and then go home and eat like shit.
Yep.
So I'd say everything with that comes together. You have to live the lifestyle of the lifter, not just lift just cause, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So dude, I was listening to Joe Rogan.
Uh-huh.
And shit, who was he talking to? I forgot who he was talking to, but he was talking to somebody about how when they looked at old people, like elderly people that lifted and were in shape like for most of their life and still are like doing stuff to stay in shape versus like people that don't do anything. So those people that like don't lift, you know what I mean? So they're when you see like old people, their heads like slouched and their back is like this. Yeah. And then they walk around with like a cane and it looks like they're just like really struggling. Yeah. Those people that were in shape, they could be like 80 years old, they're still walking around fine. They can go for a run, they can still run. Stuff like that. Their joints work because they're lifting. Like all that stuff, it really just helps you all the way into the future.
it's literally just exercising, and instead of just sitting around where your like body gets super used to it, you're moving around. So even if you go on a walk every day, I'd say like try to keep a goal of getting 10,000 steps a day. It's not that hard. I tried to do it. I failed because I wake up really late, which is a horrible thing. But I always make it a goal to get 10,000 steps, finish my like move goals on my Apple Watch and all that. So I guess even on the Apple Watch, even seeing all these things filled up is like, yes, I got it filled up. It feels rewarding in a way. So yeah, it's what you said about the old people. I've seen a lot of people in my gym, people that are like super old, just walking on the treadmill, moving around really well. And I'm like, I want to like congratulate them. Like, God damn, bro, you guys are moving around at whatever age you are.
Of course, yeah, and they get that initiative. But I also think I know you said walking on the treadmill. I think they got to do a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like they should pick up. I mean, even if it's difficult, I think they should pick up some weights because that really gets your. Because just walking, that's like almost anyone can do that. They gotta get get more muscles moving. You know what I mean? For sure. And because once they do that, it prevents that kind of like slouching, bad back, bad knee, all of that shit. You know what I mean? So do you see yourself lifting far into the future?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then that's good. That's good.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So you really don't want to become like?
No, see, I just love lifting. That's it.
Okay.
I honestly like. So right now I have a goal of hitting 225 for bench by the end of the year. That's for one rep, by the way. For reps, we'll see. But right now my one rep was, what was it? I think 190, which is a huge difference because after I went to college, my bench went way down. I was repping 35s and no, I was repping 40s, and I used to rep, what was it, 155, 145, something around there. I was repping that. Now I'm repping like 160, 170. So, there's a huge difference. So now that I've already beat my old self, I'm like, yo, I gotta keep improving and improving more and more. Just keep improving.
I love that. It's a good mindset to have. I really don't like lift for maxes, but
neither do I. But I'm like, see, I keep it as competition between my friends and I. In my head, it's like, yo, if you can do it, why can't I? Like, if my friend is doing 225, so I found out, like, this one person, I'm not going to say his name, but I found out that he was doing 225, and I don't know how much to trust it, but if he really is, I started working out around the same time as him. So the fact that he's able to do it and I still can't, it just puts it in my head like, yo, you just do it. Just make it happen. So that's like more of my drive now. That and like just wanting to be better for myself, really.
Of course. So once you reach that 120 or 225 goal, do you have any like other goals in mind as far as like in the gym?
Lose weight. Just keep losing weight. I'm a fucking fat ass, so I just really want to lose weight and get to a better shape and better weight. Because I weigh too much. I'm basically overweight, and I honestly like when I lost a lot of weight during my senior year of high school, and I had the best mindset and everything. I was feeling a lot better. Once I gained it all back during freshman year of college, I started feeling mentally shit. I started feeling like shit every day. Waking up, I felt like garbage. Now that it's coming back to me and I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. So I feel like the people that say like, oh yeah, it's okay to be fat, you will see the difference when you are. You will see the difference when you actually lose the weight and you start feeling so much better about yourself and so much happier. Like you will definitely see a difference and feel the difference.
Yeah, hard work makes you like it gives you happiness and it also gives you like fulfillment because you accomplish that. I don't like people that give that excuse though. Where they're like,
I hate it.
It's okay to be fat.
No, it's not.
It's a difference between being like completely unhealthy, not being very because dude, there's some fat people like that are just completely incompetent. They need people doing shit for them.
Yep.
There's a difference between that and being healthy, where you can move around, you can jump.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do all this shit, right?
Run, walk, do whatever you want properly. I know people that can walk. They'll go walk for like maybe like what, not even a half a mile. I'd say probably like a quarter of a mile, and they'll be tired.
Yeah.
How are you tired after a quarter of a mile? You should not feel happy about that. You should really start moving around more.
It should be a wake up call.
Exactly, it should be a wake up call.
That's what I think. So when you're in the gym and you're lifting, right? Do you listen to music?
Yes, definitely.
So
I have to. If my AirPods die, I will literally say I'm not gonna go lift right now. I'll wait till my AirPods have charged and I'll go lift later. I don't give a shit, but I need music. I cannot listen to that shitty ass fucking radio in the gym. Hell no. Not happening. Not happening.
So what do you listen to then?
Literally anything. I'll listen to Juice WRLD, I'll listen to Travis Scott, I'll listen to like rap, I'll listen to Indian songs, I'll listen to everything really. Yeah, if it's like me like really trying to like hit a new PR or like do a lot, like try to push up a heavy weight, I'll probably put on something like lately I've been putting on Bloody 98 by Suicide Boys. That song is really like fire, and it's super hype too. Like the beat goes super hard, so you know when I hear that I'm like, yo, I'm pumped up, I'm ready to push that weight up easy.
Yeah, I find it interesting that like music is capable of doing that to people, where like it can motivate you, but it can also bring you down. It can make you feel different emotions.
I saw. I know a lot of people hate this guy. I hate these two people. But I saw Tristan Tate say something about how music's shit and this and that. Bro, I hope you realize that you love Beethoven and that's music, man. Realize that it's music. Music, it literally drives everyone. Without music, everything would be boring. That's like you wouldn't want to. You go shopping, you hear even a little bit of music. Oh, you might hear like what your favorite song in what Coles or some shit. You'd be like, damn. This shit bumping. I feel good. So I feel like music it's like having music in your life makes everything so much better. And I grew up with music basically. So
yeah, like have you ever seen them compare like a TikTok without music?
No.
Versus like with music? Dude, it's so crazy because you can see the music gives it what makes it funny or what makes it cool and all that shit. But once they take it away, then it's just like almost comedic. It doesn't make sense.
You can't have a montage without music.
Exactly.
You can't punch a punching bag. Oh, you can't post that on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Reels without having a little bit of music. It's just gonna be I don't care about your grunts, man. I don't want to hear the
Yeah.
Like, I just need to see how much power you're putting in a punch, and if there's a little bit of music, it makes it look a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. So, I know a lot of people have been getting into funk and stuff like that.
What was that?
You know, like funk?
Funk.
Shit. So, it's like, it's becoming like really big on TikTok. You know, those songs like, doom, doom, doom.
Oh,
doom,
yeah.
Stuff like shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
But obviously, like, I don't know. I've heard people have been listening to that a lot in the gym. I find that interesting because there's not very many lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just very like almost like remixes of songs, and then they put like huge bass.
Yeah. I got what you mean.
Lots of shit like that.
It's my bad. I'm just lost my head.
But,
I got you what you mean.
But yeah, you said you're a huge Juice WRLD fan, so yes. I want to get into that.
Very huge.
Because I am too. Like,
yeah, I know.
What initially got you into Juice WRLD?
We were hanging. Me and my friends were hanging out at a park, and I brought my speaker. Back then, I wasn't huge on music. I barely knew English songs. Growing up in an Indian family. I grew up with a lot of Hindi music and a lot of Indian songs. And I just clicked play, like, I just clicked on a random playlist on Spotify, I think, and the first song was Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD. By the way, I hate that song. It's overplayed. Back then was like, okay, it's a damn, this shit bumping, but nah, not anymore. But yeah, that's what really got me introduced to Juice WRLD. I was like, yo, who's Juice WRLD? And my friends told me, like, yeah, he's this one, like, rapper dude. So I searched up more of his songs, and I started liking him a lot more. I started listening to him a lot more. I'd say he was probably one of my first rappers to listen to, other than Lil Uzi. Uzi was my number one, first guy I ever listened to was Uzi. But yeah, I started listening to Juice a lot more after some, like, shit happened back in high school. So a lot of stuff happened. So mentally, I was like, you know what? I'm in a horrible spot. Let me just listen to music. And music was like my safe spot. Like, I love listening to music. I just put on Juice WRLD, and more. I actually got into all his new albums and all that. And then tragically, he passed away from an overdose. So
yeah.
Now the only things that there is unreleased songs.
There's so many though.
3,000 songs.
Dude, I don't think
most of them are still in the vault. So.
So sad. I never got. So I had heard like his famous songs, you know, but I never got into him until I'd say summer after sophomore year. Yeah, summer after sophomore year, I took a trip to Washington.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a field trip almost, where I met a lot of kids that had similar interests, and we studied national security.
Yeah.
And one of the kids I met there, his name's Arden. Dude, I love that kid. That kid's so cool. But he introduced me to like real Juice WRLD. You know what I mean? He introduced me to unreleased. He showed me this song called Kawasaki. I don't know if you've heard of it. You like that song? Yeah. Dude, that song's so good. But yeah, he showed me that song, and I went home after that trip, and I just kept listening to Juice WRLD. And ever since then, I've been a huge Juice WRLD fan.
Yeah, I probably have. Actually, let me see. I think I, like, on my phone itself. So obviously, whenever a new like Juice WRLD song comes out, I'd always go download it right away. Like, here you go, I got another plane. I have almost 182 unreleased songs just on my phone. Most of them, like, there's probably 2 or 3 like remixes made by like, Red Limits or like Rocky Roads or someone like that. There's a lot of like remixed Juice WRLD songs. People make them a lot better. But I see a new song, like Biscotti just came out, like probably I think a week or 2 ago. The moment I found that out, I downloaded it, listened to it. That was one of my, like, I was waiting for Biscotti for so long. So yeah, I love unreleased probably more than whatever's mainstream, but
yeah, there's a few mainstream ones.
There's a few mainstream ones that are amazing. Yeah. But those are all like, the thing is, because he passed away, you know, this is like the only option we have.
It's crazy, yeah.
And the shitty part is that his label doesn't want to release The Party Never Ends, which is his new upcoming posthumous album. And I don't know when that will come out.
I'm so mad about that.
The guy is saying, Bibby is saying by the end of the year. But you've been saying that for almost 2-3 years. So I don't know. Legends Never Die was pretty good, and then the album that came after that with the documentary, great documentary by the way, was alright. Like
that was Fighting Demons, right?
Fighting Demons, yes.
Yeah.
It was alright. Not that many good songs. There was great songs. Obviously all of them were really good, but like
they were all
it was unlike thought of. Like, you added Trippy and Polo G to Feline, and I don't know, that just messed with me. I don't like Feline with Polo G and Trippy. Like, I love Polo G and Trippy together. I love all of them together, but like, that song was not for them. It was just Juice originally, and it sounded so much better than what's out right now. So I don't even listen to the real, like, the mainstream Feline. I listen to the unreleased one.
That's how. So I had Ryan Gura on here. He must have been like my 4th or 5th episode, and that's how he was with Nightcrawler. You know Nightcrawler with Trippy.
Yep.
He listened to like the original, and he's like, bro, I can't even listen to the new one. It doesn't, because it had like an extra verse and stuff.
See, I like both of them. Because of the extra verse, I do prefer the unreleased, but I don't know. They did the same thing with Blood on My Jeans. The song was supposed to have Gunna, and I'm absolutely disappointed because the unreleased version sounded so good.
Yeah.
Also, same with Blast Off. I think there was a different beat for it. No, there was a different beat for it. It was a lot better than, well, obviously this is all an opinion. You know, I personally like both of them, but some people like the OG unreleased version than the released version. So I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening in The Party Never Ends, which is one thing that I will be disappointed in. Like, they already are gonna delay this album a shit ton. So
I've been waiting forever. I had a guest that wanted to come on when it dropped and do like a reaction, but bro, it never drops.
Who knows when it's coming? And now we have Utopia coming next week. So right now would be a horrible time to put it out. They had Pink Tape come a few weeks ago, and that would have been also a horrible time to put it out. So they're in a shitty position.
Yeah.
Because they're finding out all these different huge artists are putting out their albums that will either do as good or probably do better. Utopia will do better than The Party Never Ends. But I don't know about Pink Tape. Obviously, everyone was looking for that. It was alright.
Yeah, I was just... Right before this, I was listening to King Von's...
I did not listen to it.
Dude,
I did not listen to it yet.
He's so good. Like, he's such a good drill artist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's so aggressive, it's crazy. But yeah, I'd look into that. I don't know, he always like surprises me because I be sleeping on him sometimes.
Did you listen to the new Lil TJ album?
No, I gotta listen to that.
That's a pretty good album. People low key hating on TJ, but nah, bro, he pretty good, man.
Yeah. I forgot the last song I listened to of his, but he's hella talented. Didn't he get shot like at one point?
Yeah, he got shot, almost got killed.
Yeah.
Luckily he made it out.
Dude, I was so sad when I heard that.
And then during his recovery, he made a song called Beat the Odds.
Yeah.
Which one of my friends, Drew, loves, right, Drew? Yeah, I know. If you ever see this, I know you love that song. It's like a joke. Like, he likes to put that song on one of his friends. Like, he'll put a picture of his friend, and he'll put on Snapchat. You could put like the music thing. He'll put "Beat the Odds" or whatever. I'll be like,
So what has been like your favorite Juice WRLD collab, or like person that he's collabed with?
There's been a lot. That's why I'm like trying to think about this. I feel like Trippy's the best one.
Honestly, yeah.
Because they have they have a very good like chemistry. They have a good style together.
They complement each other.
Yeah, they really complement each other. I wish we got to see Evil Twins more, like AKA Ski and Juice. That they call each other the Evil Twins.
They have that one, but with also X. They have a version. With
X.
I saw that on SoundCloud.
And then actually that might be like edited. Like,
yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, what's crazy is that if Juice and if X like never got shot or never got killed, you know, there would have definitely been a Juice and X collab song.
Yeah,
and that would have broke charts easily. I wish that happened. And then they tried to force a song, which was actually originally Juice's real song. It was Juice's song called Inner Peace, and then they added like X's verse of a song called Do You Know the Way, and now there's an actual song called Do You Know the Way featuring X or featuring Juice, whatever. So it's basically Inner Peace and a song that X didn't finish put together, which I don't know how to feel about that. It's like they're two dead guys that just made it for themselves, and y'all just put two random ass verses together.
That like rubs me the wrong way though.
You know what I mean? It does, but I like the song. I loved it actually, but in a way, it's like, bro, that's not actually them though. Like they would probably made like a rager or something. They'll probably make like a rager and like a sad song, and like I don't know.
Oh, Raise Your Roof from them would have been awesome.
Bro, I want another. I'm hoping like The Party Never Ends comes out as soon as possible, because people think that Juice is just a sad rapper. He just does sad shit, and no, he doesn't. He does everything. He does rock. He does rock style. He does hype songs. He does everything. So
yeah,
I need whoever Lil Bibby needs to stop being selfish and saying he wants sad songs and actually put out what the fans want.
Exactly. So what do we have now that's released? We got Nuketown,
Syphilis,
Out
Doomsday.
My Way. Doomsday, dude, Doomsday was so good.
Doomsday was really good.
What else is hype?
Bandit, I'd say, is really good.
Bandit, oh shit,
Bandit's
I forgot about
a really
that
hype song. 1400999 Freestyle.
That one.
By Trippy and Juice was really good. Armed and Dangerous, Black and White. All those songs are hype. And people are like, oh, songs like...
Each of those are like one per album.
Yeah. But like, there's obviously like, there's a lot of...
Also
like,
Nightcrawler too.
Nightcrawler, yes, Nightcrawler. And then they did the freaking DJ Khaled with...
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dude, I always forget about that one.
I was disappointed in that. It was like when he added all his ad libs and like DJ Khaled. And like, stop ruining the song. I didn't click the song to listen to you screaming your ad libs 50 times.
We the best music.
Yeah, no, the shit music, man.
Okay, so what? I'm gonna do like a 180.
Yeah.
Real quick. What got you into cars? Because I know I see it on like your TikTok and shit, and sometimes on your Snapchat. But what initially got you into cars?
I've always been into cars since I was young. So my family used to have this blue Camry. Now, yes, this is a Camry. It's a very shitty ass fucking car, but my favorite color is blue, and that car was like in my life all my life. So I've always really enjoyed that car and my parents have always, when I was younger, always gets me the tiny Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I kept them in packages, most of them would probably be worth a shit ton now. And I could have collected them more, but I used to collect all these like really tiny like Hot Wheels, and they would always buy them for me. Because of that, I'd always get more into cars. Now, my entire friend group is mostly car guys. You know, we got Drew with the 350Z, which you've probably seen around somewhere. You got the Rocket Money, it's a blue Rocket Money Z, beautiful car. We got Balu, who's a silver WRX.
I think I've seen his, yeah.
We got Nate with this 370Z, just got. There's a lot of people from Bartlett High School that were car guys, so.
Yeah.
You probably will see them around somehow. You'll see my boys around somewhere though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So I'd say you surround yourself with people that are into that.
Yeah.
So would you call yourself a car guy?
Kinda not. So the thing is, I know like engines and stuff, like I know like what the specifications of an engine is and this and that. But I don't know as much as like my car guy friends who've literally built their cars and, you know, have added coilovers and all this other stuff. So I'd say kind of not. Like, I know a car, if I see it, I'm like, oh, that's a GT3 RS. We got a Boxer 6. Yeah, I'll probably know that. Like, but I mostly just love looking at cars, hearing their sounds. Hopefully I can become a pure car guy in the future once I have the money to do that. But yeah.
So you can just like you can identify them, but you can't really.
Yeah, I can't really say like, oh, he has this coilover, he has these wheels. Like, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah. I see what you mean. I think I'm kind of similar to that, but
yeah.
You're saying all these like numbers and letters, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm more of like a brand. I can tell the brand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I know there's some people out there that can't even do that. So I mean, I'm kind of.
I know almost all the brands except the ones in the EU. Like I know like few of them, I guess. I know like Renault and like those other weird brands that I will probably never see or never will drive. Because I will live here.
So what would you say is like your favorite car brand?
That's a tough one. See, I feel like all of my friends would say that I think Toyota, because I have a Toyota Camry, and that's my family is literally just a Toyota family. And one of my cars that I want to get in the future is the new GR Corolla. But I'd say maybe a Porsche. I'll say Porsche, yeah.
Those ones are slick. I like how those look.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. I'm not a big car guy, but I know a lot of car people. So
yeah,
I like talking to them because they have like very like interesting opinions. And what's interesting is a lot of them are Juice WRLD fans.
That's one thing that's like really true. Another thing that's really true is most of them grew up gaming and building PCs and all that. So like that's how I went. I loved gaming back in the day. I wanted to build a PC, never got to do that. Sad life, but you know, I kind of grew out of the gaming stuff and started moving towards car stuff. So I feel like that's what a lot of car guys go from, gaming to cars.
Yeah. It's an interesting path that a lot of people take that.
Yeah, one moment you're sitting inside your house playing COD. Next moment you're sitting in your car. It's literally like
it's
driving. Either way you're sitting around.
It's like, shouldn't you have been playing like Forza or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Would you see yourself doing something with cars as a career?
Nah. Oh, actually, maybe. Cause I am a business administration major, which means I have my major is really, really broad. I could do sales, I could do finance, I could do marketing, I could do anything I want. So maybe in the future, if I do end up doing really well, maybe open up a dealership.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about that right now. Like, why don't you own a car dealership?
Yeah, bro, a car dealership. Open up a what was it? Bob Brarman is the guy that's
Bob Brarman. Did he die? He died, right?
I don't know, but he is like every single freaking dealership I see, it just says Bob Brarman. So
yeah,
maybe I'll say Khushiv Thakkar one day. Who knows?
Yeah. Then you'll open a Porsche one, right?
We'll see. It's literally on the expensive side, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see. That'd be so cool, dude. I swear, I have like some of my friends. So what's his name? Dominic Malachi. He wants to open a restaurant. I've got Famous Jay I had on right before you. He wants to be like a huge content creator, influencer. You want to open a dealership. Bro, I got like all my friends are trying to do different like shit, and I'm like, so I don't know. Like, I'd go to his restaurant, I'd buy a Porsche at your dealership, and then I'd watch all of Famous Jay's videos. I feel like that's so cool though. And I've got my podcast.
I want to do everything. I honestly was thinking about even maybe try doing amateur boxing. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be so
honestly,
cool.
That'd be fun. Amateur boxing, it'd be pretty cool, but you gotta come down on weight. I'm not trying to be super overweight and honestly get knocked out. Maybe even what was I gonna say? Maybe do more stuff in music, singing, probably shows and stuff. I don't know, something like that. I always want to do something also, and making my YouTube channel way bigger. Subscribe to it now.
Subscribe
to him too. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll add you in my bio so people can see that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, does your music interest like Juice WRLD, and like the Indian music that you listen to as well, does that kind of affect how you sing? Does that affect like the kind of music that do you sing other people's music? Do you write music? Like what
I do not write. I'm a singer. So
okay.
The thing is, like with writing, it's really, you have to be really good at it, and you have to have like really good lines. Like me and my friend Drew, we always make these stupid ass songs. He makes the stupid ass songs a lot. He just called me. I was at Planet Fitness. I hate Planet. I went there because it's free. You know, if you're from like when you're a teenager, you can go there for free. So during the summer, so like I was at Planet after a whole day of work, and he calls me, he's like, bro, I just made my new song called Crunch Rap. So I'm like, what? He showed me this, like, he played it for like a few minutes. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he got some good bars in there. And then when I realized, I'm like, damn, I can't sing. I can sing, but I can't make those lyrics like that.
Yeah. It's like a confidence thing too.
Confidence thing, and I feel like that's like what a lot of people do, other than like rappers. Like most of the rappers, like they're able to write it, but a lot of it in Indian like singing, they have someone write their lyrics and then they just sing it. That's literally.
That's like isn't that ghostwriting?
Yeah, ghostwriting. Yeah, basically, but in ghostwriting, it's more like they don't get any
recognition.
They don't get that much recognition. Whereas in Indian music, there's a guy named Pritham who makes a lot of the lyrics for one of the best like Indian singers, and he always gets recognition for it.
That's cool.
So,
yeah, I don't think my voice is like as majestic enough for that. You know what I mean?
See, when people hear me, they think I cannot sing, but I change my voice when I sing. My voice changes when I sing, so I don't know.
Yeah, so last year I went to the Sassa show and I heard you singing. I was like, bro, wait. Hold on.
2022? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you can sing. You can definitely sing. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, nah, see, I like, the Sassa show is, I like to show my culture. I'm Indian, so it's like, it's a nice way to show my culture. Also, I feel like personally I saved that show. Because I'll be honest, Sassa's gotten worse over the years, and it just continues to do that. So when you got a guy who has his keyboard singing, it's a huge difference than tons of people just dancing. Like I could go to Chicago and just see a homeless guy dance, and he'll probably be better than half those people in Sassa. No offense.
Shots fired.
But yeah.
That's so funny. I'm trying to decide, like, on the spot, should I, like, right in real time, should I make a clip of that?
I don't know, man.
That would be so funny.
A lot of them are gonna start hating on me, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. That's so funny though. So have you? Okay, so with this, you said business administration. Let's take it a few steps back because we kind of went down a tangent a little bit. So with this business administration, do you have like a plan for that, or is it like, oh, like once I figure it out, I'll be a car dealership owner. I'll be the business administrator at this business or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
Do you know specifically what you want to be the business administrator of?
Not yet. So that's what's the best part about it is like you can do anything you want business with it. You can do marketing, finance, sales. You can do any of those things. So it's really really broad major, and it makes pretty good money. I was originally a data science major, and I hated CS for my life. I sat there almost breaking my laptop because I couldn't figure out one singular code. So now I'm not doing that anymore. No, it's not worth it. I mean, it's worth it. You make a shit ton of money after, but I can't do it.
Yeah. My thing is with data science, I know I might get some hate for this, but I see it as like that's one of the careers that is at most risk for AI. Yeah.
That's what also like motivated me to move out of it, is because things like CS and data science and web design and all these things are all going to be taken over by AI.
They're all replaceable,
likely. And the thing is, why would a human make a code when the AI can make it in a matter of 2 seconds?
Exactly.
And the thing is, it will happen with business one day. It can happen to business. But the thing is, CS and data science are all both like computer-based stuff. So
I can't see it replacing a business administrator.
Yeah, I can't see that either. Too much.
If anything, it'll replace a lot of the workers that are under that role, but
Probably.
you need a human to make decisions.
Yes,
and,
that's exactly what I was thinking. That's what exactly I had to tell my parents when I was telling them I'm switching that.
Yeah. So that's what I want to, especially with the podcast, I want to be in a position where I want to purposely put myself in a position where my job and role in the future cannot be replaced. You know what I mean? I think that's way more valuable than being like a worker. It's very difficult to identify that early on.
Yeah.
That like your job can be replaced, but I'm trying to do that as early as possible so I don't make a mistake.
Yep. I mean, mistakes happen.
Exactly.
That's how we go through life.
We learn, yeah. But I also am not looking for mistakes.
See, nobody's ever looking for mistakes.
I'd be happy with. I mean, I wouldn't say I'd be happy, but like mistakes happen. I almost like encourage them. I wouldn't say I encourage them, but like I don't know how to word it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm happy to make a mistake now and then not have to worry about it later. But I also want to avoid mistakes to some extent. You know what I mean? So what do you want to accomplish with this career? Do you want to create like financial stability? Is it something for future kids? Is it having a family? Or is it like you just want to have like this career for
I feel like it's a little bit of all of those things. It's like if I have a business, I could always pass it down to my kid. Or I could put it up for like, you know, or I could just, so my idea is to take my parents' business, which is doing video and photography, and expanding it and taking them off of that entire thing, because it's hectic. I do it with them every now and then. Literally yesterday I was on my feet for 10 hours straight, not even sitting down, doing video and photography for a wedding, and it was absolutely hell. That was the most tired I've been in such a long time. And it was like, it's so tiring, and imagine doing those same 8 to 10 hours, standing, no sitting down, every weekend. Every weekend when you could be sitting at home, chilling, and all that. So, my parents do 2 jobs. The video and photography is their like second job. And my idea is to take it off of them and make it a full business where I'm just like their manager, leader, owner, whatever, and they work for me. That was my main goal. And
like your parents work for you?
Not my parents, but like I hire people to work for me.
Yeah.
Instead of just me doing all that. So obviously, like whenever I want, I could still go do all that stuff. But it's like, you know, all that stuff, when you've really done it for so many years, it gets really tiring. And now like when you see your parents be super tired over shit, you start feeling like, God damn, I want to help them out. I don't know how to. Well, this is my way of trying to help them out. I'm trying to, you know, that's one of my options that I had when I was younger, or when I was applying to colleges. One of my ideas was to do this, so I'm actually gonna try to do it now. So yeah, hopefully it works. And well, no, it has to work. That's my goal. It has to work.
I love that.
I can't. I'm trying to stop myself from saying hope. Don't say hope. Just say you have to do it. Once you say you have to do it, that's like your only thing that's on your mind. So that is what is on my mind. I have to lose weight. I have to get my degree so I can help my parents. I have to get a job so I can make money to help my parents. This and that. So yeah, it's hope. Once you say hope, you're getting too comfortable. I feel like you're just saying shit just to be lazy. You're giving
the possibility of failure a chance.
Yeah, there you go. That.
Yeah. And I was talking to my other friend the other day on a previous episode about how he wanted to have like I think he said like a side hustle on the side of like doing what he wants to do, which is I'm not gonna say specifically, but I'm not gonna like what I said to him is having a side hustle or like a plan B makes you too comfortable to like move up in plan A, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you know that if you know that you could fail and you have this as a cushion, then maybe you're not going to pursue the first thing to the full extent as you would, as if you didn't have that plan B. You know what I mean?
I guess, but in a way, like, I've always had that idea of doing a side hustle. I always wanted to do, I see a lot of people doing this Amazon FBA thing and doing drop shipping and all this stuff. I wanted to do it for so long. All this entire year, that's all I was thinking about, because college is not cheap, bro. That shit's expensive as fuck. So my idea was to do Amazon drop shipping and all that stuff, and I never got to do it, never got started. So during winter break, I started door dashing. And will I say, I hate it, but honestly, it's a way to get out of the house. I love driving around for no fucking reason, so this is a way to actually have a reason to drive. So and it makes decent money, other than you have to pay taxes after.
Yeah.
Makes decent money, so that's kind of my side hustle, even though I don't have an actual real job right now.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So with like drop shipping and stuff, it's very, you feel like buy the products and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but I always tell people that if they want to have a side hustle, they should look for a service to provide, because those are always free.
Yep.
You can go to this person's house and mow their lawn, for example.
That's perfect.
Except for like maybe you have to worry about gas. That's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're buying 100 shirts and then hoping that people buy it, because otherwise you're kind of fucked if people don't want to buy whatever you're selling.
I mean, like with grass cutting, it's like, say it's a house, like let's say your house, your yard isn't as big. You can literally finish that. I don't even think it will take a full tank. If you won't take a full tank, and what's gas? If you go to Costco, it's what, like $3.65, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really like that bad. You can do like probably 2 or 3 houses in 1 gallon.
Exactly. And it's not even that big of a tank either.
More than a gallon, honestly. More than a gallon.
Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, that's always what I tell people. I'm like, why would you spend more money to get it off the ground than and then you have to worry about making that money back and then making more than that money in order to consider it a side hustle or consider it a business and make it worthwhile. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you're fucked. So start a service-based job where you do things for people instead of selling stuff and hoping that you make more than you're spending.
So
it's profit margin.
I'd say that's the thing. If you are a performer, if you know how to sing, and if you really like it, which is what I should be doing, but Indian music's a little. I like some songs nowadays. Indian music's very bland, and honestly, I'm starting to think normal American music is starting to become bland because there's no new fucking songs out ever. Bro, I'm tired of Pink Tape. I don't want to listen to Pink Tape over and over again. I'm tired of Metro's album, even though it's an absolute great album. The Spider-Man soundtrack was amazing, but how many times do I want to listen to those songs a million times over and over again? So now I'm just waiting for Utopia. Post Malone coming out with a new album, Austin, which I can't wait for. So yeah, if you're a performer or if you want to perform, I'd say that's your best bet right there, making some good money off of that. Even $5 tickets, chilling.
Yeah. So as a performer, would you consider putting that online, having a TikTok, having a YouTube, and displaying that? Because I know you have your vlog channel. Is that specifically just for vlogs? Do you put boxing videos on there?
So what I do on my vlog channel or what I do on my only channel. Well, I started off as a gaming channel, making shitty ass Minecraft Pocket Edition videos because I never had a proper laptop back then, and I didn't know how to use OBS. Once I found out how to use OBS, started making shitty Minecraft PC videos, were absolute garbage. And then slowly moved to Fortnite, and then now I started my vlogging era, I guess, back during my prom, 2022. I was I mostly use my vlog channel as a way to look back on my memories. So what did I do on this day?
That's cool.
What did I, and it's more it's not nowadays vlogs where it's what's up guys, welcome back to this awesome vlog. And honestly, those vlogs, aka, all these big vloggers that do it, that act that super hype, and they have something to do, that is all planned out. I wouldn't call that a vlog. I just call that a random challenge video for whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Me, I like to just pick up my phone, not even a camera, my phone. You don't need to have the most nice, expensive thing to do a YouTube channel. Just have CapCut, which is free. You can, if on Mac, or find a free editor, edit it, make a YouTube video, you're chilling. And then slowly, once you start gaining confidence and gaining revenue and whatever, making the channel big, then invest into getting cameras and all that good stuff. So yeah, my channel is more vlogs. A lot of gym content is in those vlogs, and a lot of boxing content is in those vlogs. So I'll go out throughout my day, go to the gym, and then show my gym stuff, and then whatever I'm doing else with my friends, like car meets, or just chilling with them, stuff like that.
That's really cool. Yeah, but yeah, for me, I just have I have too many channels and too many different pages, too many accounts that I gotta keep track of. Cause I have all my podcast accounts. Okay, I've got 2 on YouTube. One is this one.
Yeah.
And then one is the one I'm going to start. And then the last one, because I actually have 3. So one is my lifting account.
Yeah.
That I keep not using.
So
I have those 3, and then Instagram I've got to have 5 or 6, because I have 2 for the. I have 2 for this podcast. I have 1 for the one I'm going to start, and then 1 for lifting, and then 1's my main. So I have 5, and I got to keep track of all of those. And then TikTok I have 3, lifting, podcast, new podcast. So I have so much shit. I don't know if I should condense it all into 1 or 2, but at the same time, I feel like if one blows up, then all the others will slowly follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once people see my face, and I don't know, I can eventually monetize it once I get enough views. You know what I mean?
And honestly, on YouTube, it's really easy to get monetized now. You only need 500 subs. I think a certain amount of watch time. I forgot about how much.
Yeah.
But now it's 500 subscribers. You only need 500 subs. I think anyone could make revenue off of it, and anyone could get 500 subs as long as you have a concept and you just stick to it. And that's why I'm doing it. And to be honest, I don't do the YouTube thing for views or money or anything. I just do it because I like to, and
you like looking back at it.
I like looking back at it. It's kind of like a Snapchat memories thing, except I don't want to look at a whole tiny little clip. I want to look at throughout my whole day of that day.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's something that I probably will continue. I've taken a 2-week break, so I gotta start doing something. That's the issue though. You don't want to constantly put out the same shit over and over again. So you want to try to switch it up now and then. So for now, I have this one issue is every day's been the same. Absolutely the same. I've had nothing to do. So I'm kind of just taking it a step back and not really posting anything unless if I go out, hang out with my friends. Which everyone's busy right now going on vacation, so it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I really hate just being bored.
I hate it, man.
You ever think about that?
Nah, I see if I'm bored, I'll probably just sit on my laptop and just play Minecraft. I literally love Minecraft. You gotta have those 3 weeks of just full Minecraft, that Minecraft time, and then after 3 weeks you're bored again.
Yeah.
And then for another while you're oh damn, I wanna play Minecraft. Play another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Nah, I just play a lot of Minecraft lately.
When did you start playing Minecraft?
I think 2010.
2010?
Yeah.
Damn, that's early.
It was when the game first was starting up, and then I never stopped. See, Minecraft's the only game I'll ever go back to over and over and over again. I can't go back to Fortnite. I go back to maybe now and then just to see what's up. Is the game any better?
Yeah.
Is it still the same old boring fucking try hard fuckers? And well, they are still a lot of tryhards and a lot of bots now. So I don't know. I'll play Fortnite whenever my friends say yo, you wanna get on creative? I'm bored. Yeah, sure, I guess.
I feel that. I think I probably took like a solid 3-year break or something. And then I played, I want to say last year, or was that junior year? Yeah, that was junior year, because my friend group in high school, they made a world, and they were all like living in different parts of the map and shit. And I had joined like after everyone, and I decided, I'm gonna make like this bunker in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I made my house like thousands of blocks away, underground, and then bro, I just had. So I built like an artificial hill over my house, all grass. It looked so cool. And then I remember there was like a cave, there was like a ravine that I built it into. And then so I just started digging down to like bedrock.
Yeah.
And then from there I made tunnels to each person's house.
Damn,
I was a menace, bro.
I used to do that too. So me and my friends during quarantine started a world, and well, obviously every world ends with some guy, burning someone's house down or blowing someone's shit up. And well, that's exactly what happened. Back then I was using Eternos to make the server, and two of them got into an argument. So one guy started burning the house down, the other guy started burning the house down, so I could make like save files. So I didn't make a save file before he did that. So I had to literally like go back to like the latest one or the earliest one, or like the newest one I made, and they went back to their old houses, but everything was fucked up. So I had to go into creative, fix everything for them so they stopped bitching about it. Went back into survival for myself and started making like tunnels for everyone because I was super bored and I didn't want to take anyone's bullshit. After a while, me and my friend Ali and I think one more person, we're like, fuck this, we're just gonna get on and go kill the Ender Dragon and just say done with this world.
Yeah. Because
we were like, it always ends with some guy getting mad at another person and burning something down. And then it all gets ruined, so.
Yeah. I think that's how that world ended. Because, like, everyone had basically everything there was to get. And then everybody just got bored and we're like, okay, let's just blow some shit up. Like,
yeah.
Because why not?
I feel like now there's a lot of stuff though. Like you could kill the warden, I think. You could kill the Ender Dragon. And
I stopped paying attention because there's
so much new stuff, and then people hate it. But like the thing is, everyone hates new things. They don't want to try new things.
Yeah.
So.
That's how I was. I feel like the old man of Minecraft. I just don't want to go back.
Dude, I'm like, damn, I'm a Minecraft OG now.
Yeah.
Now all this stupid shit, all these people doing like Minecraft speed runs and like I finished Minecraft in 20 minutes, finished in 10 minutes. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Like most of it looks fake too.
It looks fake, and I'm like, I just remember the good old Minecraft where you spent like at least a month or two just to get everything.
And the nights were just dark, and bro, monsters were actually kind of scary. And bro, I remember building like sand castles.
I built so much stuff. I don't even remember.
Yeah. I think I was around in like the beta days.
Yeah.
When it hadn't even come out, and then I remember it must have been like around 2nd grade, because we had been playing it at my daycare, right? We were playing it at my daycare, the beta version, before anyone knew about it. And then I'd say like a few months later, it was like the biggest game. I was like, bro, how? I was playing this earlier.
So I wish they had like when I was younger, I wish they had a Minecon in Chicago. I was about to tell my dad, I want to go there so bad, and my dad would probably be taking me. I only wanted to go to Minecon because like I found out like people like Dan TDM and all them go there. I was a huge Dan TDM fan, and Stampy and all these other guys.
Yeah.
I also really wanted a cape. I don't know why. Just getting a Minecraft cape just was so cool back then. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. It's a stupid little thing.
It's so weird, like the world that we lived in.
Oh yeah.
When we were kids. We used to just like watch YouTube, and we felt like we knew those people at such a level that's really weird.
It's crazy. We got Stampy over here, married and still doing lovely world videos. We got Dan TDM, 2 kids and a wife. Who knows what he's doing? I haven't seen his videos in a fat minute.
Yeah.
And we got Vicstar starting back up the pack. Which I deadass watch, and it's low-key like, it reminds me like the good old days of watching all of them.
Yeah. I watched, what's his name? Popular MMOs.
Oh my god. Yes.
That was
my favorite YouTuber back then. Sadly, there's a lot of bullshit happened, but like,
yeah,
man, I miss him. Like, I wish.
What? Dude, his videos were like, he'd mod his game, and then he'd get like two random like monsters from like different mods and have them fight each other. Bro, that was like the best shit, bro.
Mod battles, lucky block challenge games.
Yeah, those were so much fun.
What, epic proportions? They're like survival or spawn thing.
What was that game where like he would go like real high and shit, and then he'd just fall and try to like land in a puddle of water?
Dropper.
Yeah, Dropper. Dude, those games were so much fun to
Dropper.
watch. And then I watched Captain Sparkles for a little bit and Green.
Yeah.
Both of those, bro. I used to love that shit. I don't. It's so weird because we're like, I think we must have been like the first generation to watch people play games and shit.
I feel like that's on top too. Back then was like probably like one of the best times to even do Minecraft YouTube.
Exactly.
Now it's like, now it's like it's all like, I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
It's oversaturated.
Yeah, oversaturated.
Everything's oversaturated. I think it's really weird.
And then Technoblade passed away. R.I.P. to him. I saw that. That was like, damn, this guy was really popping off, really doing well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I feel like everybody that's like at the beginning of each movement, like Minecraft, you got like a lot of those people, like they're like almost rich now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because they were at the beginning of that movement.
I mean, that's like,
I'd say
exactly what happened to Vicstar. I mean, $2 million off of a Minecraft server. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. And even I wouldn't say Mr. Beast, but dude, Mr. Beast, he took advantage of like YouTube, and now he's like, he's not a billionaire, is he? But
probably is.
Probably. He's got so much money.
He just ended Mr. Beast Burger, but like, I don't think that really made a dent.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Feastables, which is
he's got so
really
much.
big, but you got all like 10 channels or some shit.
Yeah.
Almost all 20 million ahead. Like almost all of them over 20 million subs and all that. So
yeah, I always like wish that I was at the beginning of something like that where you could just completely take it.
Yeah, see, that's the issue though. We were all too young.
Yeah,
we didn't have the facilities for that.
Yeah, I saw Threads drop, and I'm like, bro, what if I was? What if I blow up on Threads?
That's what I thought, and I low-key I like Threads, but again, it's kind of died already. They need to add stuff like immediately if they want to really
It's like a more suppressed version of Twitter. That's what I feel like.
It is, but I feel like there's a lot of more stuff on Twitter. They got Twitter Spaces and all that.
Yeah.
So if they really want to compete against Twitter, they gotta start adding some new stuff like immediately.
Stuff that makes it interesting.
Yeah, stuff that makes it interesting. They can't be copying too much.
I did like the fact that it like was able to transfer all of your shit from Instagram.
Yeah,
it made it seamless. It made it very easy.
Very nice. And I think that's all they did was just use the same like UI and everything, and just like kind of tweak it a bit. I think that's all they really did.
Yeah, I find it kind of boring.
I mean, now we got Twitter trying to copy Instagram, I heard. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I did hear about that. It's kind of crazy. I want to take a shift. I've got some random questions I want to ask you. Hopefully we go down some rabbit holes and shit. But
yeah, let's go.
I want to see what you gotta say. So I always like talking about like the future, as in like, like pretty far in the future. Let's talk like 20, 30, and then maybe like the future, like humanity and shit like that. You know what I mean? So what would you say excites you about the future, and what would you say scares you about the future?
What excites me about the future, man? I'd say maybe what scares me. Okay, I'll just start off what scares you, because that's like literally the easiest thing you could say. Obviously, the world ending. I mean, that's something like kind of one thing. Also, war, because that's all that people want to talk about. Is Russia gonna do this? Is North Korea gonna do that? At one point, that's gonna happen. I feel like the worst thing that can happen is a nuclear war just ending it all.
Yeah.
Or just AIs take over, which is also a very huge possibility now. So there's that. So I'm very excited for, like, maybe, I don't know, I would like to see how technology, like, can progress, because I feel like you can progress as much, like, going from a flip phone to an iPhone was a huge thing. What has happened that's a huge thing since then, really? I can't really think of that much.
They just keep improving it.
They just keep improving it. Like,
yeah.
The new iPhone, the 14 Pro Max was just a little, I don't know. It was kind of mid in my opinion.
Yeah. Even like the invention of the internet completely revolutionized everything. Like the flow of information.
Yeah.
Because bro, like no one would have suspected that we would be, dude. If you watch like sci-fi movies, they had no way of predicting that we would have literal libraries, literal like all information at our fingertips. To where we could just search it up, and we have all these articles we could see, all this stuff that we could just is at our fingertips. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's so crazy.
But in a way, I feel like it's a bad thing, because like you got TikTok, which people are super addicted to, and like I feel like people, like, when they had books, their attention spans were very like long. They had a long attention span. Since TikTok, attention span has been like getting shorter and shorter, and now short form content and short form things are like taking over, which is honestly like a really kind of fucked up thing, because short form, it's like you want to keep people, like, especially for me as a YouTuber, as a guy that wants to do YouTube for like his vlogs, I have to keep my videos in between around 8 minutes to keep people riled onto
That's
my video.
That's a sweet spot, yeah.
But for people like podcasts, like Impulsive, or let's say you, or like podcasts, or any like movies or anything, like people that want to make movies for themselves, I feel like it's harder for them, because then they're like, they have to really like keep that attention coming in. Like they have to keep making it something to gain attention. So I don't know, I feel like short form content kind of ruins a lot of the internet.
It really does. And it kills people's attention span. Everybody gets ADHD. So the thing that I do, that I try to do, is when I upload clips, I hope that like pulls people into watching like the full length.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I like if I get rich, it's not gonna be from the full length stuff. It's gonna be from like the short clips that I post. That's what I think.
So on your channel, which do you use timestamps in your videos?
Like as in,
like, so when you are watching and you go into the description, you see timestamp, like this is the beginning, we talk about this, and they put the timestamps.
It's automatic, I think.
It's automatic. So I'd say, I mean, you can. I know you can actually like click the times. Like people do it where they put the timestamps down. I'd say maybe try doing that. It honestly would probably make it a lot better. Because I'm watching people like, well, one of the big podcasts, which would be like Logan Paul's Impulsive. They put timestamps. So say I see like a clip, I will click that time where it says like, oh yeah, this person talks about this. I'll click that and I'll watch that. And then if I get more into it, I'll probably go rewatch the entire thing. So I feel like that's like, I like recommend for you as like a suggestion, maybe like try to add like timestamps where people can like go click one thing and they're like, oh, this is interesting, let me click this. Oh, okay. All right, let me rewatch the entire thing and see how it is. Like, what else?
What's the context?
Yeah, what else? Yeah. So I feel like that honestly would make it easier to go through a video, and also make it more like where people can actually watch through the entire thing, so they get a little bit of glimpse through the video, I guess, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing I would suggest on that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's one of the things I think I put it up once and you responded to it. I put up like a post asking for advice, or not really advice, but what can I do to make my podcast better? Yeah. And there was a few people that responded. I think you were one of them. Yeah. And that like gave genuine advice, and I was like, bro, thank you. Like I really appreciate it. I can't. I'm a small YouTube channel. I want to
progress, and when I see other people that are trying to do somewhat the same thing and like gain like subs and do better, I kind of want to give them a suggestion of something like I thought of. So I wanted to do a podcast back in the day. We were gonna call it Idians Podcast. There's gonna be 4 people, and we were gonna be the Idiot Indians. We did one episode, and it was god awful. It was very boring. And one of my friends, Drew Kalani, I don't know if you know him. You probably do. Yeah, he was going to the Marines, and this was like probably 2 days before he was going to getting sent off, and he was just talking about his military stuff. Now, obviously, some of us are interested and some of us aren't super interested, and nobody really had like an agenda to talk about like how you do. So when I was like, right now, when you just showed me that, I was like, damn, that's actually a really good idea. So if I now it's like, yo, if I ever start a podcast in the future again, I will probably do with the way you are doing, where you have the agenda on your screen, and like it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, that back then I had so many ideas for that podcast. We're gonna put it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, whatever. We were really hoping for it. We had a good setup too.
Yeah.
We didn't have mics like you do, but we had like a nice small desk. We had good lighting in the background and good lighting in the front. Had a good camera going. Sadly, we were using only a singular mic, and that mic was a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, this all happened gradually.
Yeah.
This wasn't like 1 week and I had it all, because just like I said with starting a business, like you don't want
start up slowly, gain a little bit of money or whatever, and then start investing into new things. So yeah, that's always how it usually goes for people. And that's how I wish it went for us, but
yeah.
You know.
So I'd say I'll give you advice with that too. If you start a podcast, well, it used to be called Anchor. They have Spotify for podcasters.
Yeah.
That's what I have, and
yeah, we were.
If you put your podcast on there, there's a way that you can have it like spread out into everything just from that platform, which I find
from Anchor, you said, right?
Yeah, from Anchor.
Yeah. We were gonna do it through an Anchor. I actually had everything ready for that too, but things happen. You know, me and my friend Ali, who actually edited the entire podcast, I listened to like 2 minutes and I'm like, God damn, this is terrible. This is so boring. Why did we ever think of this?
Yeah.
Why did we have one guy talk the entire time? There also, honestly, less people in a podcast, like maybe 2 or 3 people, like a co-host and a host, and like the guest is more than enough. Having 4 people on a podcast was so hard.
Yeah, it really is hard, especially if you have one mic, because then you have to pass it around. I have that.
Oh yeah. So the thing was our friend Ali, he's a mastermind with cameras and all this other stuff. Bro's insane. He somehow got it where the one mic could just stay in the middle, and it would all get all of our voices perfectly, but not too much where you can hear the background noise. So it was honestly really, really well done from him. He actually made he edits a lot of videos for people, and he actually edited one of my final week at Bartlett High School. I completely vlogged that entire time. If you want to go check it out, you guys can. He edited that entire video. He's insane. But yeah, he edited the entire podcast, got all the audio working, made the setup very good. It was also at his house, so it worked out really well. So I don't know. All these things, we all were like really hoping it would work out. Sadly, it didn't. So it is what it is. If I ever do start on a podcast in the future, I'm gonna take some stuff off of your podcast and see how it goes. Take some hints, look at other people's podcasts and see how it goes, and we'll see how it goes if it ever happens. If it ever happens.
Yeah, man. If you got any questions, just legit, just ask me. Just text me, and I'll give you any pointers. I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it at this point, because I'm gonna be starting a new one once I get to college. That's gonna be based with like kids from that college. I'll be interviewing them. I just ordered the poster yesterday, so I'll have one like that that's actually nicer, because I literally can't even iron that. That's like shower curtain material. Damn. I hate it. But I mean, from the camera it looks good, so it's there. But the one that I'm going to have is vinyl, so it's going to be real smooth. It's going to be real nice. It's going to have the new logo. It's gonna have everything. And I also ordered 4 t-shirts that have the symbol on it, so I could give them to like the first 4 guests, and then they'll be like walking advertisements for me.
That's what's up.
So I am so hyped for that.
That's easy marketing.
I have a kid that messaged me talking about how he wants to help with it. So I told him he could be like my guy that schedules appointments, schedules episodes, stuff like that. And then I had another guy that was telling me he wants to manage my social media. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I never had that.
Like once you got to be open to people helping. Once you have that, it's easy.
I never had that for this one. I'm the whole, besides my brother, like pressing the play button and stuff and telling me the different like time stamps. I'm basically the whole operation. I edit, promote, publish.
You don't mind me asking what you use to edit?
So I was using CapCut as like a complementer. I use a app called Video Up.
Okay.
I use it for everything, all the clips, all of that shit, and then I use CapCut to like complement it. So like if I need to add something that only CapCut has, that's what I use it for.
I usually use CapCut for all my videos. I started off using iMovie. That was just because my MacBook had iMovie, so it was easy to make videos off of it. I started getting CapCut because my friend was using it, and I was like, nah, bro, nah. I started using it more, and oh my god, it did wonders for my video. It did so much better.
Yeah.
It looked so much better. I added all these random stupid sound effects and random meme clips and all that stuff. It made it so much better, so.
Yeah. CapCut is so nice.
It's so nice. You have a lot of features that you could use, like color correction and like making captions and AI automatic. They have like an AI system where it automatically cuts in between quiet. Like it'll look at the entire audio thing and it'll cut on, so it's just full audio and there's no like any like blank spaces.
That's cool. Okay, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, it's like new, but the only issue is now they're adding like this pro mode where you have to spend like $7 a month.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad. It's just I'm not gonna spend $7.
It's annoying that like every app has that now.
Yeah.
So I use a separate app for captions.
Yeah.
Where it's called Captions. I see ads all over the place for it. And yeah, you download it, but it won't let you once you have your video and you put all the captions in that you want, because it's an AI caption app.
Yeah.
You just have to fix a few things, like fix a few words, names, and shit.
That's the same with Kevin.
Yeah. So once you get all that done, it won't let you save unless you like pay.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just screen record it. I press play and I screen record it, and then I just crop it so it looks good.
Yeah.
And then that's how I make my clips. So yeah, I find it so annoying that everything you have to pay for it. The only thing I'm paying for right now is that Video Up app because it gives you way more.
Yeah. I'd say like maybe look into this in your college, but if they offer stuff like Outlook and like, well, not Outlook, but if they offer you Microsoft 365, look into if they offer to give free Adobe.
Yeah.
Because that is what DePaul does. They give the free Adobe and free Microsoft 365 where students can use it. So right now I have Photoshop. I haven't even paid a single penny for it.
That's awesome.
So,
I use, what's it called? Adobe something.
Rush?
I don't remember what it's called. It's on my phone, but my phone's recording, so I can't check. It's called. No, I can't.
What is it for?
I use it for making thumbnails.
Thumbnails. Probably could be Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I use that for all my thumbnails. You just put an image, like a picture of somebody, and you can remove the background. So I'm like, hell yeah. I don't have to like type in remove PG, remove.pg to use it. I use that for everything. Go on like the internet, type in remove.bg, and it can remove like any background for any picture. So I used to use that, but now I use that Adobe app and it does it automatically. So I'm like, hell yeah, I could just use that for my thumbnail, and then put like a few shapes, put a few like other images, and then I'm good. And the thumbnails come out pretty nice with that. I know we're going kind of long.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you have.
I'm fine. I'm chilling.
Okay, so I want to get into some pretty deep shit. I don't know if you. So
see.
We're kind of gonna go back to cars. I have a few deeper topics as far as that.
Okay.
Do you think that electric cars are the way to go for?
Fuck no.
So no.
I hate electric cars. I hate Teslas, bro. Okay, so hey, here's the thing. I don't hate Teslas. Like, they have cool tech, really cool tech. I've been into many Teslas, I know, but I hated that it's like they're trying to make it where Teslas are become, well, especially with Indian families. You know, right now you get like the $7,000 tax rebate thing, so a lot of people are buying Teslas right now just because of that. But I don't know. I hate electric cars. I don't know why.
Like, as a concept, or you don't think that they're like sustainable, or you just like the humming of your car when you're inside?
See, I'm more of an engine guy. I love the engine noise. I love cars. I love V8s. I love twin turbo, whatever, four cylinder, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like electric cars, in a way, it's good, but also it's bad because those batteries are really, really like
to make them, right?
To make them, it's kind of really bad for the pollution and all that. So I don't know. There's a lot of talks about pollution and that and this and that. There's a lot of like reasons why, and I feel like cars is one of them, but it's not like the major one.
You think it's also like factories and shit?
Factories. There's a lot of, you know, planes, all this other stuff.
And also like with animals, like those where they have like the cows and shit. You know, like those natural gas shit. I don't know that stuff. But would you say that most car guys would agree with what you're saying
about electric cars?
About electric cars, yeah. Like, would your friends agree?
I feel like my friends would agree that electric cars are stupid because they don't like electric cars because they like the engine.
Yeah.
But my friend. I feel like that's most car guys. They don't really give a fuck about electric cars. They like the engine. They'd rather have like a loud ass V8 or, you know, a four banger just run around.
I rode in a Tesla once, and bro, it's like so smooth, and it's like
it's so smooth. It's really nice. The power delivery is right away, but you know, there's cars that already beat the Tesla, even the Plaid. So really.
Well, you get in like that car that uses gas, and it just feels like authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have like a normal car. I don't have an electric car. And you get inside and you press the gas, and you hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not nothing. It's not quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel about I don't know if you saw them, but I've been seeing in some places that they're gonna start making like airless tires.
I saw that. I don't know about that one.
They're supposed to prevent tires from popping, so they have like a special way of doing it.
See, I don't know how they would do that properly because there's a lot of cars that use specific tires, like Michelin Sport Plus, whatever, I forgot what they're called, but yeah, a lot of sports cars use like the specific stickier tires, so I don't know how they're gonna like properly do that. I don't know, it's a good concept. I feel like maybe they gotta like make it a little bit better and make it like, I don't know, solidify it more, so.
Yeah, I feel that. Do you think, as like humanity progresses, do you think that cars will always be necessary? Do you think that like rolling on the ground will always be necessary, or do you think that eventually we'll be beyond that point? Do you think that like cars are too primitive?
Depends on where you are. Because if you're here in the U.S., cars are definitely needed. If you're in Europe, obviously Europe's a very small area, so I think a lot of people in Europe and UK, they don't really use that many cars. They're more like bike and walk and use public transportation. So I feel like it depends on where you live, really. And in India, they technically do not need too many cars. The thing is, there's a lot of cars, and they don't have that much like traffic regulation, even though they should. So I don't know. I feel like it just depends on where you live.
Yeah. What I mean is like, is there going to be a point where like technology progresses so much that cars are just going to be like obsolete? Like, is there gonna be a mode of transportation that's just gonna be like, fuck you cars, we're gonna start flying, shit like that?
No, I don't see. There's a company that's starting a flying car. It's not a good, like, it's a good idea, and I get why I know a lot of people would say like, yo, I can't wait for flying cars in the future, this and that. But then it ends to the problem is like, what happens when you get into an accident? You get into an accident, you crash into someone, all that shit's just gonna come flying down, or if there's someone walking, they're dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird concept. They would have to like figure out ways to do
the
something
infrastructure,
about it.
And it's kind of weird too because is there gonna be like lanes
in
the sky and shit?
That's another thing. And I also was thinking like, okay, how are you gonna?
It's got to be organized.
Yeah, I feel like how is that gonna like help with like planes? Like planes have their radar. Are these things gonna come on radars? Because I do drone work for video and photography. The drones come up on our radar for them. So then you're gonna see like 50 million fucking flying cars.
Yeah.
They're all gonna be on the radar. What's the point of a plane then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would that like? Do you think that would like revolutionize like long distance travel? So like, would we need planes? Would cars replace that in some sense, or would you need like a certain type of car that would be able to do that?
Depends. I feel like no, because planes are already massive, and they have the tank and gas tanks for flying long distances. Now, if you were to make a flying car, unless if it's an electric car and it was using solar panels, where you're getting like sunlight all the time, then maybe I guess, but I don't think that it will ever be that. I feel like the range would be as much as like a mid-ranged EV, really.
Yeah. So you're talking about that. How do you think flying cars would work? Do you think it would be like a fan that propelled them up? Do you think it would be like, oh, now we're gonna use magnets?
Nah. Nah. I don't really know, honestly. I say maybe they use fans, maybe they use propellers. I don't know. They could honestly just say, let's put on a helicopter freaking propeller and just like start going up and then just fly, but it's basically a fucking helicopter with 4 doors and
see, my thing is
interior.
If you've been around a helicopter, it's really fucking loud.
Yeah.
So my thing is when you have a flying car that uses propellers, you're just gonna wake up all your neighbors whenever you're trying to move.
Pretty much.
So I think that's another thing. It's gonna be very disruptive, and I don't think like
and then
using propellers is the best.
Garages would have to like be expanded and
instead of like the garage going outward, it'd have to be like there'd have to be a hole in the ceiling.
At that point, there wouldn't even be like there'd probably be like that. There'd probably just have to be a little flap that just goes up. Like,
so, that's so weird. Yeah. The infrastructure for everything would have to change.
Pretty much. So that's why I don't think flying cars will ever make it too big. And if it does, it's more like a gimmick.
Yeah. Like look, I got this. Yeah. Or like with rich people would be like the only people.
Yeah, and I feel like more if we're talking about like future, like what's the future of cars? I feel like the future of cars is self-driving cars.
Hydro.
Like Google has their self-driving car.
Yeah.
And then there's some companies that are investing into self-driving taxis, which in a way is like it's fine, but even then I'm like I feel like a computer. I would not trust a computer much.
Exactly.
Because like you can hack a computer and make it go somewhere that you do not want to go, and that's what's like. I don't know.
That's scary. You could also you can assassinate people like that. You just send, this important person got in this car and he's supposed to be going this way. I'm gonna send him into like a brick wall or some shit.
Yeah.
I find that part scary. What do you think of hydrogen?
Like hydrogen fuel cell cars?
Yeah.
It's a cool concept. Toyota has one. It's called the Toyota Mirai. It's really slow. It's slower than I think a Prius. Nowadays Priuses have like decent power, like the newer ones, and they look pretty good. But I don't know. I feel like they need to develop the technology a lot more, make them a bit faster. It's a really good, clean idea. But hydrogen is, I feel like it's gonna be hard for them to put all those many stations for hydrogen. So,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because they're already kind of struggling with EV stations. I only know one EV electrified like thing, and that's all the way by Meyer. And they have like 4 of them there, but I haven't seen that many around there.
I don't know what to think about like hydrogen cars, because I don't know if you know like the history of it. No. So there's 2. Shit, I don't know if I should mention it, because I know of like 2 people that invented them. So one was like in the 1980s ish.
Yeah.
His name was, I want to say like Stanley Myers. He invented a hydrogen engine, I think. No, he invented a full-on car, I'm pretty sure. And he was like promoting it and shit, and then he went to dinner at a restaurant, and I think he had a heart attack, he choked and died or something. And his last words were, "They poisoned me." So what a lot of people associate that with is they think that like the oil companies did it because they want to keep like, you know, oil on top. And if like there's hydrogen everywhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he revolutionized that industry, there would be no use for oil, basically. And then the second person, I don't know, his name was Aaron Salters. Have you heard of that story?
I think I've heard the name. I don't know about the story though.
Okay. So yeah, I think he was like on Shark Tank showing off his thing. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he also had a hydrogen engine.
Yeah.
And he was a security guard at Tops. I think it was last year. Yeah, I want to say it was last year towards the beginning of the year. He was a security guard at Tops. And he was one of the people that was killed at the Tops shooting in Buffalo, New York. So that's another thing. I don't know, like, I don't want to say that's like a full-on conspiracy theory. I just find it interesting that he just happened to be there when that happened. So a lot of people were also saying like it's a conspiracy theory. Oil companies were a part of that. So my conspiracy mind was like, the wheels were turning, you know, the hamster was running and shit. So I was like, bro, if companies right now are promoting hydrogen cars, how does the oil industry feel about how does like gasoline, why are they making that transition right now after those 2 people are already dead? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I stumped you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you have stumped me. I know why I have a feeling I know why they're doing electric though. I feel like obviously it's kind of controversial, but I feel like the governments and all these other people are just trying to control more. And
that's what a lot of,
that's why I think electric cars are kind of being like pushed onto us more and more. And that's why there's a lot of regulations. Like if you see all these car companies right now, they are switching over to hybridization just to stay under like a certain way of, you know, keeping under like, I think they have a rule that they can't have this much emission and this and that. So there's like all these emission rules that they're trying to push just to get to electrification, but they're trying to do it very, very slowly and secretly, I guess.
Is that another reason why you don't like electric cars?
I guess.
You don't trust them?
I don't know. I feel like they're obviously gonna be the move in the future. That's kind of obvious. But I don't know. I feel like right now I'm happier with even a hybrid. I would be fine with. Like, there's some hybrid cars that are like really good. They have an engine, but they are quiet also at the same time. So I don't know. There's some hybrids that are fine, but I don't know about electrification at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, my thing is, you know, a lot of people say that with electric cars, the government can just shut your car down.
Yeah, that's
one of the things a lot of people are afraid of. I mean, not even just in our country. I'd say a lot of people would be afraid of that in other countries.
Oh yeah,
where their government has more power. But so you know, a lot of people talk about like the Alexa is listening to you, and how like shit like that. So your phone is listening, and then you're talking about something with somebody, and then you see an ad for that specific thing eventually on like Facebook or some shit. So my thing is, what if that's the same with your car? If you have an electric car, what if the car's listening to you and it hears you talking about something, and then you get arrested the next day?
Yep, that's a good one right there.
So you got to keep your mouth shut in your car now too.
Actually, I've heard that Europe is trying to do that with phones. They're trying to make it that they are allowed to go through your texts and calls whenever something bad happens, and which Apple right now is trying to do a lawsuit against the entire EU for that, or they're threatening to get rid of FaceTime and messages for that. So, which is like a good thing for Apple in a way, but Apple obviously is a huge company, and they rely on their end-to-end encryption and security. So I don't know, I feel like Europe is mostly trying to like really do what you just said, which is like trying to listen in and trying to get into people's privacy. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about privacy, because the thing is with privacy is a lot of people, or a lot of, like, if you think about the government listening to you, it's not really that big of a deal if you think about what they're actually looking for. They're not going to give a fuck if you're looking at this, if you're looking at that. But if you're actually like showing that you have plans to be a terrorist or shit like that, looking up how to build a bomb, then they're going to start paying attention. Otherwise, they're not going to have like another 7 billion people like paying attention to the entire population.
Yeah, but it's still like, you know, what you say online or what you want to say is like yours, and you don't want other people to know. Like, say you're telling your friend this, you don't want the government to know. That's why I think that EU thing, if it does get passed, is so fucked up. But as long as it doesn't, it's good.
Because that could also spread too.
Yeah, pretty much.
They could put pressure on the U.S. to do it if they're like the only ones that don't do it.
And that's why it's like, you know, Apple just switched to USB-C. Why? Because of the EU. Well, now they're getting threatened to have the back of the phone. They're like making it how it used to be, where if it drops, you know, the battery pops out and you can actually open up the back panel to put it back in or whatever. They're trying to force companies to do that again. Apple, Samsung, all the new phones that are coming out, they're all glass back made phones. Now, if you have a removable battery, it defeats the purpose of having a water resistant phone.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of control from the EU side now, that they're trying to like control the like tech things, and I feel like if at some point the US is just gonna start trying to follow through with it. So I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't end up happening, but yeah.
It's crazy how much influence, how influence gets passed around the world. Like,
yep.
You're talking about EU and US. I know there's a ton of countries that have influence with, you know, China with TikTok.
Yeah.
You got all these different countries influencing all the other countries around the world. I find that part really interesting. I want to end this with like any advice you have for people, whether it's in the gym, with music, starting a YouTube channel, any advice you have.
Just do it. Like, when I mean just do it, it's like
Nike.
Yeah, Nike, yeah. Nah, it's, if you want to do a YouTube channel, just start. Don't wait. Like, you gotta start somewhere. If you just think, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, never do it, then it's never gonna happen. You know, same with the gym. Just start going. You have to learn to love it. Like, I love the gym. It took me a while to actually love the gym. It took me a while to love this, the cars, music, all that. So you have to do it on multiple times to actually love it. You know, you're not just gonna be like, oh, I did it once and I'm done. I just love it. You know, and other than that, just like keep faith, keep the faith, keep patience in life, and God and all that. So yeah, it's probably one of my biggest things I could say, really.
Just do it. I call that because I have a similar thing where I just do it. I call it a fuck it mentality.
Yeah, that fucking mentality.
I call it
yep.
my
That's
fuck
what
it
I'm
mentality.
saying.
That's like, bro, fuck it, I'll just do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I want to do a quick summary of what we went over today, if you don't mind. So we started off with what you're currently doing, like right out of high school, what you did, your childhood, what you were interested in, your favorite childhood memories, you know, like going during the 4th of July to the area and watching the fireworks and all that, whether or not you miss your childhood. Eventually we got into your hobbies, boxing, watching Canelo, all of that. And then eventually we got into lifting and how much you love lifting, and then that freshman 15.
Fuck that shit.
And then trying to lose that, and then how I want to avoid that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then eventually Juice WRLD. We talked about a lot of different songs. I don't know if everyone's gonna know those songs, but I mean,
it's okay. Go search it up. It's on
see.
SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. It's on everything.
It's all very good. And then we talked a little bit about your vlogging and your YouTube channel and all that. We talked about cars, a lot about cars. What car you have, what car your friends have, what it's like to be a car guy. Eventually, we talked about the future. What you plan is your future, business administration. I said to own a car dealership. And then you were talking about camera and video, picking up where your parents left off, and then eventually, you know, like relieving them of that pressure and all that stress, which I can really respect, honestly. And then we got into those random questions, that's always like my favorite part, is talking about like deep rabbit holes. What excites you? What scares you? You talked a little bit about AI. You talked about electric cars and how you're afraid of like where those are going, and government shutting it off, government listening, and then you were talking about EU's influence. We talked a little bit about airless tires, and then hydrogen cars.
Yes, sir.
So I think we covered a lot of shit today. Hopefully you get some good clips out of it, low key.
For sure.
I really appreciate it. Like I think you're at a point now where you can make some really good decisions. I like your mentality. That just do it mentality is what gets people to do, or gets people places. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a very like successful mindset to have.
Yeah.
Is what I want to say. So hopefully people can adopt that. And I want to thank you for hopping on this episode.
Yes, sir.
With me on the Goal Swell podcast. Thank you so much, man.
I got you, bro.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Goal Swell podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to drop a like. And if you plan on listening to any future episodes, make sure to subscribe and click that notification button.